What up? What up? What up? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to the Dating Diaries.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Happy Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday, and it is time for Dating Diaries. How's your week been so far?
Uh Pretty good, to be honest. Yeah. Not a little bumps, but it's all good. Yeah. Good. And yours?
You know what? I went and rode Zuri today.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple articles. What's up, C-Bud?
What up, see?
Couple of articles out, and then I went and hung out, got a little self-care with my girl, you know, a little
Okay.
bit, a little bit, a little bit.
What's up? What's up?
Man, I didn't do Monday's Grace and Gossip because, and I'm not going to get into it tonight, but I'm going to do it tomorrow because I'm going to focus on the Diddy documentary that came out on Peacock. So you guys, if you didn't see it, hold on. We're going to talk about it tomorrow on Grace and Gossip. And then Friday, we're going to do a little sneak peek preview on Ready to Love. We got some intel on the upcoming Ready to Love. So that should be good. That should be good.
Okay. That's what's up.
Mhm. You know what? I thought so today. I know we have a dating dilemma, or actually, I don't know if it's disaster or dilemma, but today our conversation is about dating for clout or dating for. I mean, you could dating for a reason outside of love, right? So if there is a person that wanted to date somebody because of what they do for a living, or how much money they have, or maybe access to something that they have, there are all types of reasons that people choose to date. So
Mhm.
I thought we would start today's conversation by sharing um our own dating for clout stories. If you have one, I'll start it off. I remember because I've never done that. I despise that. I believe the only reason you should ever date is for love. However, I know a lot of people do not agree with me. Most people that I'm around do not agree with me. Most of my female friends, love is not enough. Um And I'm not going to say love is enough without certain things, but I would not date someone that had those things even if I wasn't attracted to them, right? And a lot of people would.
Okay.
But I remember, and I think I told you this story. I believe that there have been some gentlemen that have tried to date me for clout,
Mm.
which
Do-
is which is weird because I don't, I do work around celebrities, but I'm not, and I don't really mix those two. You have
right.
to be very close to me before you would, have access to that. But I have two examples. So I'll start with this one. So I had gone out with this guy, and I wasn't really, for me, most of the time I wasn't really into people. I'm really picky. So I wasn't really into him that much. And I was traveling a lot, right? This is when I was really like, I would be traveling every week off someplace, going with a client. So he asked me when the next time we could go out, and I had told him I wasn't going to be able to go out until probably like 2 weeks because bonsoir, Claudine. Um, for 2 weeks, so I had to travel. So he was like, acting like I was being difficult. So Chili was hosting a movie premiere
Mm-hmm.
for Disney. There was a Disney Queen, the Queen Disney movie with the African Queen. So that was a long time ago, but let me see when that was, because I remember that movie, and she was hosting the premiere here in Atlanta. So I went against all my instinct, and I I asked him, did he want, because it was the last, I was in town that night. And then, oh my gosh, I can't even find the film, but it was an African, the kids were, I think she was like playing chess. I can't remember, but it was a Disney feature film years ago. And so I told him, I said, well, you can come to this premiere and I will, I'll be there. And once I get, once Queen of Catway, that's what it was, Queen of Catway. This is in 2016. So this is proven to you guys, I was single for a long time. So Queen of Catway comes out in 2016. I'm dating this. I've gone on a couple of dates with this guy. He's a pretty nice guy, but I'm not really feeling it. It's just something missing. So I invite him to the premiere that Chili is hosting. And I told him that I won't be able to connect with you until I get everything done, because we're hosting the red carpet. Once I get her good, then, you and I can sit and watch the movie together. I thought that was a good idea. So the guy comes and, he's definitely wowed by, it's a few other celebrities. Really, he's wowed by Chili. And he's super excited. So we before we could get to our seats, like people are, after the red carpet, people are taking pictures with her. That's the reason that Disney hired her to do it. So people are taking pictures. I look up and my date is in the line to take a picture with Chili on our date. I'm there with her. She's with me. I'm with her and my date is in a line, and it was a long line. So I look up and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I want to take a picture with Chili. And I was like, we're with her. Like, you don't have to stand in the line. Just, but so then I was disgusted. After everybody got seated, after everybody got seated and the lights were off, I finally was able to take a seat. And it was like him, me, Chili, and then why are you in line? Like, so anyway, I decided I would never again bring a date ever again. To I would never bring anyone around my work ever again. The second one is, this is funny. I know I told you this. So I would go to the post office right by my house when I lived in Fayetteville.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy kept asking me out over and over again. He was a cute little fella, but I wasn't really interested. But
cute little fella.
I'm saying he was a short little guy.
Exactly.
I wasn't really, and I too am a short person, but I wasn't really interested. So he tells me one day, so I finally gave him my number. And he is a postal worker. He doesn't carry the mail, but he's at the front when you go in to mail your letter. That's how I met him. I went in to mail something out and he's right there. So I give him my number and he tells me, we get on the phone and he tells me, he said, well, you know what? If you play your cards right, I'm in a R&B group and I may just end up getting big and taking you to the BET Awards or something like that. Would you like that? Now, I did not tell this fellow what I did for a living. In fact, I would just tell people I was a customer service worker. But the fact that this gentleman told me that if I played my cards right and he made it big, he just may take me to the BET Awards. Now, I had to be a little bit of a smart ass. I said, well, I just was there 2 weeks ago. And he thought that a man took me. And I was like, no, I was working the event. But anyway, after that, he kept calling me back. Of course, I didn't go out with him ever. But just, yeah. I think that he was not trying to date me for clout, but I think he was trying to, I guess he thought that I would, in addition to his post office, to his postal working funds, if he told me that he was also in the R&B, he was like, yeah, would you like to come out and see me play sometime? Bet you like that, wouldn't you? And I was like, the hell is this man talking about? But I did have to tell you I had just went to the BET Awards. Then I swear I could not get him off my phone.
Did he end up making it to the BET Awards?
I never have seen him since.
Okay, just checking.
Now I tell you what, at the post office, he was probably a big fish because he was a cute gentleman, you know, to be up there sorting out the mail. I don't know if put up against, you know, what with the R&B competition, if he would have been quite a big fish in that pond. Probably need to stay at the post office. You know, it's probably a better fit for him. But yeah, I just those are my dating for clout stories. Do you have any? Because if you don't, I'm gonna put you out a couple of places because I know some girls. Just saying.
He dating for clout?
Someone dating you for clout.
I don't know what kind of clout they thought they was going to get, but I do have a story.
All right.
Oh boy, I'm gonna hear it this time. But okay, I had a scenario where I lied to a woman just to see how she was going to respond.
Okay.
It was all fiction. It was not the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It was a woman that we had history. Nothing serious, but we had continuous history, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we would off and on not mess with each other. So one time we were off and on, be like, I'm cool, I'm not messing with this person, the other person.
Y'all would piss each other off on occasion?
Yeah. It was more me doing the pissing off, but yes.
We already knew that part, but okay. I'm just saying. Keep going.
So at this point, I tried to call her back just to see, because there had been a minute. Normally, we had spoken in between this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, she wasn't returning my call, so I knew which buttons to push. And I was like, if she don't respond to this, I know she's serious. So
I know this story.
I told her I needed her to remodel a new home I just purchased.
No, Tihu, we never did. Yes.
Which I've never purchased. But I know if I told her that, and I told her a couple more things, she would inquire, she would want to know how. All of a sudden. It would seem all of a sudden. Well, I told her I hit the lottery for a little over $1 million. Now, I told her by the time they took taxes out, I got about $700,000.
Okay. And
she's into remodeling homes or decorating homes. So I knew that would catch her fancy. Now, she reached out to me immediately and said, congratulations. And I thanked her. Towards the end of the conversation, I told her, well, between this time that you and I didn't speak, I met someone, but I knew this person. But this is the first time I actually fully got with them, but I've known them for a few years now. And they were, really? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, well, could we still see each other? And I was like, we'll see. But I just called for business. But, after hearing your voice, it's kind of like bringing back stuff, and let's just see how it goes. So I saw her about 2 more times.
So you told this, hold on.
Let me take, yes, go ahead.
I just want to make sure that we're bringing clarity to this story. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mo, you and this lady you're on a break. You decide to see if
I was never with her.
But you guys are on a break from your dalliances. You decide to see if she's really upset with you or if it's an opportunistic thing by lying and telling her that you just won the lottery and seeing if she'll respond.
Lie is such a strong word.
Well, lie is really what the word would be with
Yes,
you $1 million lottery.
But this was more of a social experiment. I just want people to be clear.
It's still a lie.
Well, that's what social experiments do. They lie. That's part of it. That's part of it.
So you conducted your own social experiment.
Oh, I do this a few times. Yes.
I know.
I do this. Because
I just want to keep everybody up to speed. So you told this young lady who is who decorates homes that you just bought a huge home with your winnings to see if she would want to get in on the money and decorate the home. At this point, she says she all of a sudden has forgotten that you guys are on a break. And she's excited about you. She wants to know, all right, now carry on.
So I said, yeah, just give me a minute. I told her I had to meet with my financial advisor.
Oh my God.
And so I can't really spend too much money. But here's the thing. So I kind of winged it up. But then part 2 of the experiment was to like let her know that I'm having this woman, we're gonna live together. And then I told her, I was like, listen, here's the truth. I bought a lottery ticket. I bought 2 lottery tickets. She said if she wins, she'll split the earnings with me. I said if I win, I split the earnings with her. And
what? Wait a minute. So you told her that you had taken up with a woman in you guys' absence, and that you and the woman together had won the lottery.
Well, at first I told her I just won.
Then you clarified. See, so why are you taking her through changes? Why are you doing this?
Because I wanted to see let me finish part 2. So okay. As I'm telling her, I was like, the girl got the money. Now she won't want to give me my half. She's breadcrumbing me $5,000 a month. I got to sue her for the money. I was like, that was her house. It's not mine. I called you on business. I started to have feelings for you. And I was like, listen, because I wanted to see how she was going to respond once the money was gone.
This is the dumbest lie ever.
It worked. No, but listen. So what happened was she turned around and she didn't reach out to me for a whole nother week after that. And then she sent me a letter and said, I'm pissed off that you really got with somebody that quick. So on and so forth. Now, keep this in mind. This woman has a man. I forgot to tell that part.
Yes, you did.
And
that's true. In the words of Druzy says, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave." This lie is taking on more. It's going down more residential streets.
This is real. And she had a man. This was crazy. But I just wanted to see if she would jump out the window for the bag. Now, if she didn't, I would have respected that. I'd be like, yo, she really okay. But she jumped back in and still was willing to see me when I said I had a woman. But here's the kicker. As soon as I said I lost the money, she was done. Long as I still had the bread, she was willing to see me. And that's what it wasn't the clout. She was chasing, you see what I'm saying? And I knew what it was. And I was like, see? Exactly what I thought it was. So then she called me and was like, I just wanted to let you know why I've been absent for a week. And you did that. And I just laughed at her.
Do you think that she may have known that you were lying?
No.
Why do you know that she did not know?
Because with the money situation and how she was acting, she knew because at one point I had boxes looked like I was packing.
You took the lie to a you
Yeah.
committed
I,
to
I,
the
I,
lie.
I went because I've seen it before, like her get mad and then she answered, and I was like, let me see. And this way, like I said, so to me, it started to be a social experiment just to see. So when I tell people stories, and I'd be like, I got receipts. I even showed you one of the receipts.
I saw the receipts.
And this is real stuff. So I was just like, dang, you really, because I wasn't really sure if she was one of them ones, because she would talk like she wasn't. But overall, for her to even get mad when she had a man was ridiculous enough.
It was, but you and this young lady have been having dalliances while she had a man this whole time.
Yeah. That's why I was like, so why the sudden change? But what I wanted to see, and when I dangled that carrot of her choice in her face, if she didn't bite that, I was like, I would have respected. I was like, okay, she's really on her thing, and
So at this point, because she has watched this show before, she she definitely won't be calling you again now. But I'm with Rhonda. What was the purpose behind the social experiment?
Because well, number one, I had time.
You did.
That's number one. And number two, I did another one, another social experiment too. But to me, because I had these conversations with women and they'd say, nah, that ain't real. And I'd be like saying to myself, dang, I wish I had proof. So when opportunity came, I was like, let me see something. And then it just started building. And then I got receipts. After the receipts, I don't care, because now a person can't deny, or people can't deny something of what it is. And I seen what it is. And I was like, well, it's no proof to me. I don't care. If I didn't have time, there'd be something. But I had time, and I wanted to see. I wouldn't have did it to a good person that wasn't playing whatever, but I was doing to someone who I knew was foul in the first place, and I wanted to prove it.
Can you tell us one of your other social? Just for shits and giggles, I would love to hear another social experiment. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just curious. I knew about that one, and I will acknowledge this happened not long ago. And I did see the text message when he did share that he had won.
It's none of your business what happened. We don't put no dates or nothing on.
No date, but the young lady was extremely excited and totally convinced. Now, see, I just don't feel like I would have been that easily persuaded. But then, $1 million. Like, what you do? What you been doing lately? But I don't believe. What's up, Nira? I don't believe, because this is the thing. I don't want to be around anyone that I'm not into. I would rather just get my own money. I don't like it. I don't like people that I'm not attracted to. But let's go for one more social experiment, Mo. Come on.
I can't tell the other one quite yet, but I do got one.
Are you conducting it now?
No. I guess I'm not going to say that.
He is.
No. But what I do is
it's happening in real time, y'all.
No, I do not have. So I promise you.
Why you can't tell us?
Nah, just because I'm gonna say that one in due time. But I definitely have one. And not like I said, I just wanted, because I talked to other women and they say that ain't happening. I don't see why. And I'll be like, yo, it's really happening. Stuff like this really happens.
But it also depends on the intelligence, the level of intelligence of the woman.
Even women I ain't sleep with, and you see it, and I'll be like, see, this is what I'm saying, and I'll be wrong if I do A, B, and C, or this is what happens when you tell the truth, see, and I put proof, and then they'd be like, well, Mo, you gotta do this and do that, and then I said, when you do that, this happens, and then I meet a situation, I'll be like, I'm going to prove it, and it be proven. It is what it is, man. And I say all this knowing that any woman that meets me is gonna be like, damn, am I a social experiment? I really don't care.
Well, I don't think they would want to if you damn sure if you come home and tell somebody I got a raise today, it'd be like, did you really? Did you?
Hey, if you see me with some new shit on, then you gonna know I was for real. It is what it is, man. But
well, I mean, I told the gentleman that I worked in customer service, and I'm sure later when I told him, you know, and he looked me up after that. I mean, I tell stupid lies, but you know, I used to.
So let me ask you this: if you wanted to see, say you didn't tell the guy about you were just at the BET Awards 2 weeks ago, right? So on and so, and you had told him just to see if he was really into you. You tell him that you work for such and such record label, or you're the A&R or whatever. And then if he start calling you more frequently, and now he wants to talk about business and his deal, that's a social experiment. You'd be like, see, this is the reason why I don't mess with people like this. Social experiment right there.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think so, because I don't think so. I don't think so. I've always done it on the other side. I did also have an idiot tell me, hey, because he looked me up, he was like, yeah, you know, if you ever need a date for any of them red carpets you go to.
See?
I was like, I'm fine, sir.
And see, now everybody gonna think I'm a liar.
No. I don't think so.
I'm not a liar.
I mean, you do conduct social experiments.
Yeah, but I social to people that are no good. People that are no good. I do have.
I guess if a woman did that, a woman would say, "I'll give you some as soon as you come over," or you know, I sure can't wait to.
Social experiment a woman could do if a guy is flashy about his money and throwing money all in her face. And she says, well, I don't like guys that do such and such, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get him out and you put yourself in a situation where he's on stage to stunt.
You know what? I did have a situation like that.
There you go.
This guy that I was, but I didn't do it. This is, I think, were you? I don't know if you were there or not. I'm so glad Gun Boss rescued me, because it was rough out in these streets. But I was dating this guy, and he was supposed to be like this very wealthy day trader. Now, he did take me on a couple of trips. So in my head, the money was real, because, you know, I didn't really need anything. And he kept wanting to. He would call me princess, and I used to irritate me. Oh, my princess.
You did tell us. I remember you said this.
Yeah. Well, so we went to a day party, and one of the other guys that liked me was there, and he was like, "So what are we doing? Are we buying bottles? What's up?"
Oh, yeah, you told me.
Are you there that day?
No, I came the next weekend or the weekend after, and you by the time you told me who he was, he had already said some stupid shit to me, and then you was like, and I was like, I wish you would have told me that, because anyway, yeah.
But he put pressure on the guy that I was dating. He was like, and I was like, he was like, we're in a section. We need to be buying bottles. What are we doing? What are we doing? So the guy that was with, then I said, he doesn't have to buy a bottle because it's my section. But I'm not going to lie. The fact that he didn't want to buy a bottle, I was just like, is he broke? Is he broke?
Because he want to pay $3.50 for a bottle?
No, but I'm just saying, like, I'm used to the guys that I'm with being like, what's up? So another guy steps up and is like, what's up? And it's like, what's up? And it goes back and forth. But this guy was like, what's up? I got 2 bottles. What y'all want? And then he was just like, so I was like, he doesn't have to do it. And he got mad at me for like defending him. But anyway, I'm just glad that it was a lot of peacocking, but I'm glad that Gun Boss saved me from that.
Other dude was a cornball anyway. But check this out though.
He was.
We do have a dating dilemma.
Okay, I'm
We gonna
excited.
do-
Let go.
Huh?
I said, let's go. I'm excited.
All right, let me find it. I gotta put my reading glasses on, so don't mind.
Yeah, and I be telling my husband, stop buying sections, no more sections, because Gun Boss will turn up very quickly. Jesus, I'll be like, babe, we don't need a section this time. No, put the money away.
It's the standing part of it. They don't want the woman, your lady to stand and all that.
No, he just be like, Gun Boss likes to show out. He definitely is a show outer, but I like it. And we gonna keep all our money in the house, baby. You ain't gotta show out.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm not gonna say the person's name.
Scorpio Moe got his readers on. You gonna do it without him?
And these are the ugly ones too. I gotta remember Fred Sanford used to have drawer full of
bottle ones. Yes.
I got a drawer. I pulled out the worst looking ones too. But anyway,
come on with it.
It says, Mo asked this question. It says, how long can a person go without sex if something medical has happened to his or her spouse, preventing them from intercourse? Incidentally, my husband and I are very sleep very happily in separate bedrooms. It says, I prefer to visit him to come to my room because my room is cleaner. However, we've been married for 46 years and we are 68 and 69.
First of all, can we send some love to our listeners that are 68 and 69? I love that. Yay. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yes.
We're
gonna make this short because I know y'all gotta go to bed in a minute. I'm just
wow. Okay, I'll let you go first. Since that one came to you, I will let you go first.
Mo, can you read it? It didn't say Mo answer it. That is
I'm asking you. I'm asking you now. How long could you handle it if your significant other could not perform in the bedroom?
Like from the waist down?
Here we go with this BS.
I need specifics. That's the thing. I need to know the medical condition.
Well, I mean, if it sounds like there's a gentleman that has some ED problems.
I don't know it. I don't know if it's a gentleman, because to me, if it was a gentleman that has the issue, I don't think the person would have made sure it wasn't on them. They said if him or her have a medical condition. You about to just throw it all on the man.
Okay, we'll just say, okay, let's say that your wife had a medical condition and she was not. Now, what you're not going to do is make that woman have to be hooking you up every day. What if she was from the waist down?
Oh, then we still got things to do.
But we cannot do them all the time.
We don't have to have regular sex all the time, but I'm going to need it from time to time.
What are you looking at?
On a week?
On a monthly basis. What are you looking at?
And with this age?
68 and 69. 67 and 69.
Oh, that part, I could probably one time a week probably be all right. We that age. Yeah. One time. One time. Do she let me watch porn?
I'm sure she don't give a damn at this point.
Well, if she'll give a damn, then come on, can we bring somebody else in?
Wait a minute. I didn't say all that. She's a godly woman.
Oh.
What do you mean bring somebody else in? That was 60.
Hey, if she wants to make me happy, you can't.
No.
But hands work and her oral region work, I don't see the problem.
Well, I would just say this. If I was married I am married.
Thank you.
Knocking on some wood. Gun Boss has no problems. But say that he did develop some problems because of, as Where's the Juice said, high blood pressure and diabetes. And let me tell you something. There's a lot of Gun Boss said, take the teeth out.
Yeah. But I got a question after this, but go ahead, continue.
If he had those issues, I just wanted to say that there are a lot of African American men. In fact, let's look at the percentages. This is a show that's about information.
She about to get on y'all dudes with diabetes.
High blood pressure and diabetes.
That's true. It can affect you.
Yes, it will affect you, and the medicines will affect you. Of African American men, watch this. Watch this. As Usher says, watch this, watch this. High blood pressure and or
sugar.
Diabetes.
My grandmother used to call it the sugar. You know, I got the sugar.
The sugar, yes. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh my God. Wow. Are you guys ready for this?
Uh-oh.
In a recent study, 81% of African men over the age of 50 reported a history of high blood pressure. 50% of African American men. I'm trying to think. Diabetes. Okay. What percentage of Black men have diabetes? It looks like 13. Okay. 13% of Black men have diabetes. 13%. Now, after 50, that percentage is going to get a lot higher.
Okay.
But 81% with high blood pressure. 14% of African Americans total. 55% of Black adults have high blood pressure. All right, this is getting depressing. We're gonna have to stop. My point is that issue will happen to a lot of people. As we know, high blood pressure and diabetes can be root causes of ED, which would make it difficult for a male to perform his intimate duties. So for me, if we were 67 and 69 and Gun Boss was unable to, I would definitely, I got married. To me, the vows include that, right? And I understand that you can have previews with the movie, but nobody wants a bunch of previews and no movie. You can save it.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
All right. Now, when we were talking about the woman, it was a medical condition. So, and this is me sticking up for the brothers. I don't have those issues, thank God. But I understand, like, my thing is, they have sympathy for a woman. The ED is a medical condition. So once it becomes a medical condition for a man, the energy is different because he's still able to function and do everything else, but he can't do that. That doesn't eliminate the fact that it's still a medical condition. So when I hear women and they make fun, they ain't dealing with that, but then the man's supposed to stay with his woman if she has any I know a lot of women that had the stuff taken out, or
he had a hysterectomy. So wait a minute, what are you saying? Because I said I don't think women leave men because of that issue.
No, they won't even mess with a man, let alone if they found out. And you know how many women I've met that had conditions upon just talking to them where I had this taken out, and this, So, but what I'm saying is.
Wait a minute. Just because you had a hysterectomy doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with your intimacy.
No. I mean, you can't do it at that time when you have problems down there until you get whatever the sink taken out.
That's not true.
Huh?
That's not true. The hysterectomy is about removing the uterus. It doesn't have anything to do with the vagina.
So you could go up in there with a bad hysterectomy.
Yeah. Your hysterectomy doesn't have anything to do with that. Somebody lied to you.
But I thought it had some. No one told me we couldn't. I just assumed I couldn't.
No, you're not very skilled in knowing the female anatomy. That doesn't have anything to do with intimacy. No.
What was going on? I see.
Now, she may not be interested because it's hormonal. So if she has a hysterectomy, she may not, her hormones may not be making her turned on, so that she may not want to.
Maybe that's it. I've heard that too.
Yes. And thank you, Gun Boss. Menopause. Yes.
Anything related to a woman, if it's medical, and she can't do something because of that, it's understood. But when a man has, which is ED is a medical issue.
It is.
Then it gets frowned upon, even laughed at. I heard guys were laughed at. And I'm just like, wow, this, you see what I'm saying? You see how it's different?
No, I don't think that, because I don't think that women would, I think that now there's one thing, just like you and I talk about, if a woman is you have often said that you don't want to tip the scale going in, but if the scale tips once you're in, you're okay.
Yes.
So I think that's the same thing with a woman. No, if a man tells you from the beginning, I can't perform, you may be like, whoa. But if I don't know any women, and you guys let me know in the chat, if you are married to a man and he develops ED, would you leave? I don't think women would leave.
Oh, you leave, but you'll cheat. I've seen.
Nobody said that either. You're making that up.
Oh my.
Nobody said that. That
now I'm gonna have to do a social experiment and show you receipts. Watch this now. Watch
this.
I'm going to do a social
experiment. This Pretty Amazing said she wouldn't leave. I said I wouldn't leave. Come on, if you guys let us know in the chat, because Mo is on some BS. No way I'm leaving or cheating on my husband. Thank you, Druzy.
Yeah,
it's Pretty Amazing said his tongue still works.
Get your nasty ass off the internet. Ain't nobody.
Shanira said they may cheat. Jaya said I wouldn't leave. I would encourage him to get help. Delvin said you got to stick beside him. I'm not leaving. Look at the stats of how many men will leave when a woman gets sick and vice versa. That's true. Nah, Mo, you not. More men would leave than women.
No, man, men
would cheat than women. In fact,
here we go.
I'm just saying, you're the one that tried to make it about gender. You did it. And see, Danny was honest. She said, I wouldn't leave, but I'm sure I'd cheat. Yeah, okay, but would you cheat if you were 67, though?
Hey.
What 67-year-old is out on the prowl?
Hey, you never know. I might knock down the 60s. Anyway, listen. This is my...
Well, you have a crush on the 70-year-old with Gail. We know you would knock her down.
I mean, listen, I'm about to say, stop telling my business.
That's not telling my business. You've been eyeballing Gail for over a year. Nira said you may be surprised. Nira, you gotta open our stats.
She keeping it real, Lise. Listen, man. I come on, you act like you don't.
I think the older you get, the less likely a person would be to cheat. So what 67-year-old is running out in these streets?
So you don't know any woman that laughed at a man that couldn't get it up.
I know lots of women that laugh at a man that can't get it up behind their back. You know what? I have been in a couple of rooms where the machinery didn't work. I didn't laugh in their face. I did laugh behind their back, but I didn't laugh in their face.
Man is not laughing behind a woman's back because she's dried up like a desert.
You're talking about it.
To who?
Men talk bad about women. That's why women are all out here acting like they all are Dasani.
We're talking about it because we're trying to figure out a solution. We're not snickering behind their back.
Y'all snicker. Oh, you snicker. Delphin says some women laugh and can be cruel. I'm sure there's some, but I think the percentage, because I said this before, more women lie to men about their intimacy than not. That's why all these men are running around here thinking they're good in bed and they're not, because women lie so much. We need to stop the lies. I'm going on a campaign. Stop the lies. Because what happened is we lie to them, and then they start thinking that they really are good and they're not.
We do need to stop lying. You know what we need to stop lying about?
What?
We need to stop telling that lady it's good. It's mid. It's mid at best. It's mid.
I can't stand you. If it was mid, then why you keep going back, sir? Doing social experiments and the like.
I'm waiting for something else better. You're in the meantime.
But you keep going back though.
Yeah, all right. As soon as something good come across the street, it's over.
That's why men assume that they're good, because the women go back. I'm like, you know how many times a woman will go back to something that's beyond mid, basic? Not even mid, basic. Not fair to middling. Basic. Just trying to get a couple of dollars. I got time for this.
Listen, take your little funky old $40 and get out my.
Yeah, say it's mid, but be thirsty as hell for it.
Sometimes it gets us over the hump.
I can't stand you. I can't stand you. All right, I want to talk about, we talking about people doing things for clout.
Right.
And I want to bring up, I saw today, what made me think about this topic is that Tupac, I don't know how we keep getting more and more revelations on Tupac since he's been dead for over 20 years.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Tupac has been dead for over 20 years. However, this letter of him, his letter to Madonna was released today, and this was written in 1995. Right there is a picture of Tupac and Madonna. And in that picture, I knew that Tupac and Madonna dated. I did not know that they were actually that they went together, like boyfriend, girlfriend. I didn't know that. Tupac had a lot of women. So I knew that he had dated. I mean, Madonna had dated Dennis Rodman, Dallas Austin, a whole bunch of, of Negroes.
He likes the brothers.
He likes the brothers, but I did not know that they were actually
an
item. And so what happened is Tupac went to jail, and he finally wrote her a letter. And no, Jada did not reveal this, but I almost am expecting her to come out with her own explanation. And isn't it funny that she said that Tupac proposed to her, but we never see any proof of that. But there's all this other proof of him and all these other. Anyway, I digress. This is a letter of him breaking things off with Madonna and him explaining to her why. Now, when we listen to this letter, I want you all to remember that this is a 23-year-old, actually probably 22-year-old man, which is amazing that he had this much emotional intelligence at 22 years old. And he's able to articulate to her why he did not want to be in a relationship with her. So he starts by apologizing. I've waited a long time to finally write this, mainly because I was struggling to find all the answers so that I wouldn't leave any unanswered questions. First and foremost, I must apologize to you because I like you. Because like you said, I haven't been the kind of friend that I should. And I know I'm capable of being. Not because I am evil or because you weren't worthy, but at the risk of some sounding overdramatic, the effects of racism make it difficult for a young Black male to properly show affection for an older white woman. Can you understand that? That is crazy to me that he was able to articulate at that level at 20.
That's due to Afeni. You got to give that woman.
And his upbringing, unbelievable. There are 60-year-old men that can't articulate this. For you to be seen with a Black man wouldn't in any way jeopardize your career. If anything, it would make you seem that much more open and exciting. But for me, at least in my previous perception, I felt due to my image, I would be letting down half of the people who made me what I thought I was. Can Can we just take that in for a minute? The fact that he was honest with her, you know, and I was talking to a guy friend yesterday, and he said he's going to come on the show, but we'll see. They always say that in that, and I be like, okay, I'm gonna send you the link, and then they be like, ugh. And he said, I'm honest. I'm always honest. I'm always honest. And I don't, this is the kind of honesty that I don't think we ever hear. And maybe it's because they don't even understand it themselves. But for him to tell her honestly, not only was Madonna a white woman, but she was a superstar, an icon. And he said that her being seen with him would help his career, would help her career. But him being seen with her would be betrayal to all those that made him who he thought he was. Now, I want to ask you, Mo, because I just feel like that's deep. And I want all of you guys to chime in on this. That's why I was just like, this is an interesting perspective. Because there are so many other Black men. We just heard Jamie Foxx did a Netflix special. And in that Netflix special, he made fun of the fact that everybody knows that he likes white women. And he said, I'm not going to be seen with no more white women in public. And then, of course, he went ahead and we saw him again in public with a white woman. Now, obviously, Jamie Foxx has a preference that is not us, right? And that's okay. I think everybody has a right to their preference. I definitely don't believe that, you know, love has a color. But I just want to applaud Tupac for realizing what message him being seen with a white woman sent to his base. I'm just touched all over again of his sensitivity and his understanding psychological behavior. That's amazing to me.
I got mixed feelings about it.
Let's hear it.
He knew that going in. You know, a lot of people say a lot of things when they're in jail. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you come clean. Sometimes you hide behind the prison walls, and you know, I don't know. He went to a prom. There's a woman. He went to a prom. His prom, or her prom. She graduated before him in Baltimore. You see what I'm saying? With a white woman. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's not his first rodeo.
Yeah.
Maybe on that level of fame, you know. So I mean, it might be true. I don't know. I've seen a lot of cats in jail say a lot of different things. And at that time, you know, maybe fear of it being exposed, so he wanted to cut it off. But if he was articulate before he went in, I'm pretty sure, you know, in that short amount of time, we said a couple of weeks before he wrote, it ain't too much. His psyche didn't change other than the fact that he was locked up. And he gave
him time to reflect.
And he had sisters come in to see him. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's mixed. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying I don't know. He said a lot of stuff when he was in jail like this. And then when he came, and it's documented. And then when he came out, it wasn't the same stuff he was saying when he was in jail.
I think, honestly, I think Tupac said a lot of contradicting things, period.
And that's all I'm saying. So which side of the fence is no? I'm gonna go for, yeah, but I just to be honest, I don't know. He went in one way, came, and then you see whether it's the Vibe magazines, the live, the interview that he did that was recorded, the letters, and then he got out and he was worse. Even his own friends said he changed. So I don't know, but I'm gonna go. I'm just playing devil's advocate, but I'm gonna go for the young brother was super expressive, passionate. The first rapper that I ever seen be vulnerable. I wasn't afraid to be vulnerable.
Right. And I think that is the one thing that's consistent. I think that, like a lot of people, he had a devil on one side and an angel on the other. So I think a lot of what he did, period, was contradictory, but we also have to realize that he was not even 25 years old. So a lot of it was, he knew better. Did he always do better? No.
I give a house. My sister's on welfare. Tupac, and then the white, like he wrote that before me, so I'm pretty sure he was aware of what he was doing. Could he been using her? Could he been? Could he be intoxicated with the fact that she was who she was and he was this young black male from the inner city and he got caught up? All of that's possible. But, you know, and you could tell by, I mean, he wasn't the average 23, 24. His brother died at 25 years old. And like you said, there's most men 65 that can't express themselves the way.
And as Chaos, I definitely feel like he was a Gemini to his heart, like just all that. I want to read a little bit more because I feel like just the honesty in this letter is shocking. Not just is he, and to your point,
he's a poet.
He's being honest with her and telling her things I'm sure nobody else would say to her. I don't think very many other people would say to her, well, you being seen with me is a good thing for you. That's crazy. Because she's Madonna, right? And most people would not look at it that way.
You're right.
And he says, it goes on. It says, I never meant to hurt you. I didn't want to be another toy, quote unquote toy, or another one of many. Also, I read somewhere in an interview where you said, I'm off to rehabilitate all the rappers and basketball players, or something to that effect. These words cut me deep, seeing as how I never knew you to be with any other rappers besides myself. It was at that moment, out of hurt and a natural instinct to strike back and defend my heart and ego, that I said a lot of things I have since come to regret. But you know how effed up society can be. If it wasn't then, I could openly show you how I felt anytime, anywhere, and you in return could show your support for me in the open, not just anonymously. Can you feel me? In the same sense, as you can see, I have grown both spiritually and mentally. It no longer matters how I'm perceived. Please understand my previous position as that of a young man with limited experience with an extremely famous sex symbol who also happens to be known to every man, woman, and child in the world. Please remember me not for my shortcomings, but for the good times and the magic that we shared. At the end of this, he says, please be careful, Madonna. Everyone is not as honorable as they seem. There are those whose hearts bleed with envy and evil that would not hesitate to do you harm. I'll put my last 5 bullets to be proof of that. It's interesting because we see Hollywood going through a huge shakedown. But I don't know. For me, when I hear that, it sounds like he is definitely being 100% honest with her. I can't see where there's any manipulation in that, you know?
I've seen a lot of cats in jail write a lot of letters and they get very, very poetic and come out and be back on that BS. I really don't know. And I don't know. And then, you know, he had problems with Jack. I mean, if you go to the documentary, he was happy that Madonna was coming to see him. And then when she didn't, I'm pretty sure this is after the fact.
Well, he said in that letter that she hadn't come to see him then because he was like, I want you, it would be great if you could support me publicly, not just privately.
But you go see the documentary movie that his mother put together. He was like, the security guards let him take 2 showers. He was excited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe he was excited afterwards because this letter says, I want to be your friend. I just don't want to be in a relationship with you. He said, I hope that you were able to come and see me and support me publicly.
Right.
So I think that means that after this, perhaps she did come to see him.
I don't know. He wanted to get out of jail, and he was willing to do anything to do it, and wanted every and anybody's support. I don't know. I just seen enough jail stuff to know that it's hard to know what's really real until they get out. And then when he got out, you know, he divorced the girl that he married when he was in jail. So we got to think about that too. Was he playing with her or was he playing with Madonna? You see what I'm saying?
So if you guys are just joining, we are talking about dating on Dating Diaries today. We're talking about dating for clout or dating for a purpose, a motivation outside of love. And it was motivated by the release of Tupac's letter to Madonna, to which he said that it basically helped her career for her to be seen with him. And even though she was a superstar, as we know, those of us in the Black community, we know that if you are seen with a Black person or connected with our culture, it does make you hotter. I wrote an article about Ray J and Ray J. Hey, what's up, Caesar? Ray J is all over the place, right? Um, but we have to acknowledge that Kim Kardashian became the super icon that she is after dealing with Black people. Specifically, first, she was Brandy's stylist, and that put her on. And then the infamous tape with Ray J. Now, she obviously went on to superstardom, but we do know that we are the sauce that tends to make others appear bigger and larger than life.
1000%.
So I just think that was brilliant that Tupac realized that, and was not afraid to voice that to her. So I'm going to tell you, I know that you being around me makes you bigger. That's huge. There are countless.
At that time, I would have argued it's been the other way around. I think it would have made her look good in the hood. But
It makes her it just like with J-Lo.
I don't see it.
When J-Lo did a record with Ja Rule, it connects her to the hood, which makes them bigger.
Yeah, it made them cooler.
Cooler, but that's the thing. If you could be in white culture and be cool, that's why so many date Black people, because it makes them seem cool.
But when people know the history of Madonna and the music that she first started doing, she came in on that. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying she came in on that. And then there's an interview with Big Daddy Kane, and they were in the hospital with Color Me Bad and Madonna. They were all under Warner Brother Records. And Madonna, they're speaking to kids in the children's hospital. And she was, you know who this is? Ain't no half step. Kane was shocked that Donna is more in touch in their culture than people think. At least back then. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, but I feel like, and this is not even I mean, we're going to keep it about dating, but I do feel like that everybody uses us, and then when they get a chance to go the other way, they do, right?
Absolutely.
So I just want to say that, but I think, and you're right, it authenticates them in a different way. So if I could be popular, but the fact that Justin Timberlake can also come over here and be with Timberland, and then go over there, it authenticates them in a different way, right?
There it is.
But I'm talking about dating, and I know from being in entertainment that a lot of times people will connect and date for the look of what it's going to do for them, as opposed to the reality of it. Now, is that a bad thing? Or is that, do you guys think that's okay? Do you think, I was going to put you out earlier, because I knew girls that when I was your publicist, they would want to go out with you after they saw you on stage. Not saying that they wouldn't want to go out with you before, but that would add extra hype to it. Now, let me ask you, as a man, does that feel some kind of way when a woman wants to be with you because you're on stage? I remember one of the women that I disliked the most that Mo dated, and I dislike her the most because he had a show and I brought her. She wanted to be in the front, and she was just doing way too much. Like, she was acting like we were at the BET Awards and we were not there. We were in a club. We were at a club in Atlanta. We were working our way up, but she was just super excited to be the invited guest of the guy that was performing. And I was like, because I could tell her energy was like that. But let me ask you, as a man, does that bother you, or do you feel like this is just a part of who I am?
It bothers you when it all gets pulled away. Like when the lights come down and the energy isn't the same, or when things slow up, the energy is the same. When it's on it, you're riding that high. You know what I mean? And you don't ever come down. But eventually you do come down, even if it's for a moment. And then you see the contrast. And it's like you're trying to stay here to keep it all together. Friends, women that you really, really dig. And you know sometimes, but then you don't know. And it's like you don't want to look at the truth. But eventually the truth will reveal itself, and it's like, yeah, it's not what I thought it was. And then sometimes you lie to yourself, or it's not even lie. You be like, well, look, if I can keep this going, I can keep this going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's that kind of thing. But, when these things are happening and they're seeing people making a fuss about you, that for other people, it could be intoxicating that you're with the person that's the center of attention for this moment. And you don't necessarily, things have to slow down for you to see it and, more importantly, deal with it. You know what I mean? Especially if you're doing it and there's no money behind it. There's nothing to balance it out. Well, I might not be doing this right now, but they have the money balances it out that I made from that.
Yeah.
Football players, especially football players like linemen, a lot of those brothers deal with it. They say, what is it, 4 years after retirement, 4 to 7 years after retirement, most of them get divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the thing where Kim Zodiac, that's her last name?
Zodiac. Yeah, she's divorced now.
Kicking them out the house, and they over there fighting on whose stuff is in the house. And I remember seeing when the Housewife joint was out and all that, when she was on there, how madly in love they seem to be. I think they have a child or something.
They have 4.
No, of his?
Yeah, she had 4 kids with him. She just kept doing it.
And it's just so sad to see, like, he's not where he was at no more.
He could not possibly keep that lifestyle up. He could not, because he wasn't a franchise player. Hey, you there says, well, relationships were initially about connection and business, so that's not weird. It's the way things were for millennia. Do you guys agree with that? Like, I guess that to an extent that is true, right? Relationships initially I've heard a lot of people feel like relationships are a business. And that's why I asked you, Mo, as a guy, because a lot of men don't have a problem with, women liking them because of what they have in the bank until they don't have it in the bank anymore.
Because all our relationships, outside of your mother, is transactional. Outside of your immediate family, for a man, I got to go over there, introduce myself, buy her drink. We have to be acts of service, everything we do. Everything we do. So that's why we kind of accept it a little bit better. It's not.
But I will say this: I was doing a shoot with Floyd Mayweather, and he said he did not want to be with a woman that was not a gold digger, because he did not want to be with a woman who did not value her time and did not feel like she was worth a certain type of man. And while that infuriated me, that's how he chooses to live his life. And he's definitely stayed up, supported that. And also, I think Floyd has so much money, it probably won't run out. It would be difficult for him to ever go broke. It probably could be done, but it would definitely be a lot more challenging than most other, people of wealth. Note. But it occurs to me that men, not all men, because I don't want to make a blanket statement, but a lot of men don't have the same problem as women. Because a woman, I'm definitely not going to be with anybody that wants to be with me because of what I do. That's right. A no. But I do know, I know men around me that will brag about what they do to get women. And I would think, well, maybe you're just getting those women to sleep with you, but they actually will be in relationships with them based on her being excited about what is around you and what you do. So I guess there's a difference in the psyche of a man and a woman when it comes to that.
I just think we're coming out. It's always transactional for us.
Yeah. Jonah, she said, I'm not a gold digger, but if he wants to give me some money, by all means. I say this, I'm not a dream killer. So if you want to do something and that's your dream, I'm not a dream killer. You offer me something, and that could be intimacy. Certain men would be like, well, I'll just do this. Sir, I've had guys say, just throw money at you, and you just be like, now look, there's only so many times I will say no. to this cash, sir. But I also think you can't be mad later. Then those same guys are like angry and resentful when the woman leaves them, and it's like, you knew that's why she was there.
They're hoping it flips.
It never will.
But you can't tell them that. That's what they think.
Well, y'all need to wake up. Because if a woman is with you because you have money, she is never going to change. That's always going to be why she's with you.
More, I mean, you're not going to find too many doing it on Floyd's level. But no. I saw an artist talk about he doesn't take women to certain places. And he's rich. And because I know you. If I take you to a room where there's more money with me, he said, I might catch you in the bathroom. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
But see, the fact that he knows that and he still want to go out with that woman is crazy to me.
I mean, I don't know if he takes it serious, but he was like, she gets mad, or they get mad because you never want to take them. I'm going to take you nowhere because I know you.
But why would you even want to be in the presence of somebody like that? I've seen girls come to the studio with one guy, hang around, and end up leaving with another one.
Yeah, seen that. I've seen women. Ooh, you remember it? I had two women. A woman brought her friend to. It was a listening session. It wasn't because I didn't bring women to the studio just to hang out. We were just there listening to music, and she brought somebody. They got into an argument there.
Okay.
I went home with her girlfriend, but she came to see me.
That's horrible, Mo.
Oh, that was wild. But yeah.
Is this another social experiment?
No, but it should have been. You remember H? I ain't gonna say a name. That was the one with the son that came, knocked on the door.
Oh, yeah. I know. About.
It happens.
But I mean, at that point, fair exchange is not robbery. A social experiment, indeed. I like that. A social experiment. Mo has been conducting them for years, decades, even.
I was younger.
But I mean, I guess that's a good explanation that maybe men are always looking at things from a transactional perspective and feeling like nobody will want me anyway if I don't have anything. So I've got to get something in order to get a woman.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I think women know that they have to be attractive in order to get a man. There has to be some level of attraction because men are only willing to spend money and inconvenience themselves for a woman that they consider attractive.
Or something about her attractive.
Or something that she can do to you that's attractive.
Yeah, but you grow up that way. It's like you do this, you get that's how you don't show up. This is the reason I hate to say this, but you got some dudes, they don't have anything, so they stay away.
I've seen that, but I think that's smarter than the guys that lie.
No, I'm talking about from their own kids.
Oh, right. That's true. I've seen that. I mean, I feel like I had that happen to myself. My dad would always say, I don't have anything to offer you,
Because they were treated like that, and they grew up understanding if you have this, you give her flowers, you do this for her. It's always you do, and then you get. And then when you don't have, you're not going to get anything. And then people make you feel bad, so you stay away. If you don't have nothing, you ain't got nothing. Stay away. And I'm not
almost kind of like survival of the fittest, though, because like in the animal kingdom, the lion that is the biggest and the strongest takes over, right? And the lesser one, he doesn't get any woman. I saw a picture of one lion that had like 11 women, and I was like, he is just being greedy. This safari, I'm sure that there are men. He had all of them. They were all just right up under him drinking water. But I think it's kind of like survival of the fittest when it comes to men, because women, there are a lot of women, specifically in today's time, that would rather be with a man that had multiple women as long as he was providing at a certain level.
That's a big level. But yeah.
That's a big level, but I'm just saying there are men at that level.
Yeah. They got FU money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess I wondered this, like, I would, as a man, at what point, and Caesar, if you're still here, please chime in, and see Boogie as well with Mo. At what level as a man do you desire to be loved unconditionally? Or is that even something that you have the capacity to desire?
From the door. Now, who we get it from is something different. But yes.
What do you mean about that? Go ahead with it.
Yes, from the door. I mean, I saw the thing where it said the only time that's ever going to happen to a man is from his mother. Only time.
Now,
huh?
Caesar says we desire that now.
Thank you. That's
I just live in the real world. So, Caesar, do you believe that you can achieve that can happen for you? That there can be a woman that you find and fall in love with that actually will love you unconditionally? Do you believe that?
I hope that. I hope
people that. See, Caesar, C Boogie, do you believe that?
Yeah, do y'all believe that, bro? I do.
Do you believe that?
I put it this way. I hope that.
Caesar said not in the States.
Hey, that might be a real statement right there. I can understand why you said that. Culturally.
Caesar, I'm gonna send you the link. Will you jump on the live if I send you if I inbox it to you?
Culturally, it's different, man. It's different, man.
But I mean, you know what, Caesar, will you jump on if I send you this link?
But yeah, I mean,
I wonder why do you guys, what do you oh Lord, I don't believe that that's true. I believe that there are a lot of women in the States that men are overlooking, and maybe it's just not the woman that you want.
That's the thing. You know, sometimes you want the rich man that might not come in the package you wanted in. But women,
you believe? See, Boogie said, repeat the question. Do you believe that there is a woman that could love you unconditionally?
Ooh.
Do you believe that that's possible? Caesar said not in the States. But I'm assuming, because I know Caesar, there are women that would love him unconditionally, but he probably does not want them.
That's the tough part, man. That's the tough part. I mean, who doesn't desire that? I mean, you to know.
Well, but a lot of times he said, besides my mother, no.
See,
that's crazy.
See?
I ain't gonna ask Gumboss because he got one.
So imagine if you have a situation and you didn't have the most healthiest relationship with your mother.
That I do think that is where you're right, because that is where men are taught the love between. That's where you get that. But in the same token, I think women have that same thing with their fathers, because I did not believe, it was hard for me to believe that a man could love unconditionally, because I didn't have that from my father.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
And that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But it's like, we're taught to be understanding to women, but it feels like women, when you reverse it and put it as a man, it's like, well, you need to, I can't deal with anybody. You got mommy issues. It goes something else. And it's like no compassion, no understanding. It's just like,
but you can have, let me say this. You can have compassion and understanding for someone, but not want to be in a relationship with them.
No, but
right?
I've heard them say just the men in general, not for them, but I don't know. I just know that men are taught to be understanding to women's needs and women's everything, you know, and women, unless you got money, she's not going to be too understanding.
Also, that's not unconditional love is not realistic. I do think that I think unconditional love is realistic. I think that unconditional relationships are not.
Say that again.
Unconditional love is realistic, but unconditional relationships are not. So what I mean is I love Gun Boss unconditionally. However, there are conditions to whether I would continue to be in a relationship with him or not. But just because I am not in, if he became an alcoholic, or if I still love people I'm not in relationship with that are friends. I just don't choose to be with them. But that doesn't mean I don't love them. Now, I will not allow you to mistreat me. So no, the relationship is conditional, but the love is not. And a lot of times men want you to put up with BS. And it's like, oh, well, she doesn't love me unconditional. I love you, but you're not going to mistreat me. You're not going to cheat on me. You're not going to have me I'm not going to be disrespected. The relationship has conditions. That does not mean that I only love you if you have money or if you don't. That's not the case. So unconditional love does exist because, number one, God models that for us. However, there is no man, my amazing husband included, that I will allow to disrespect or abuse me. The relationship has conditions.
Is one of those conditions falling on hard times or being broke?
No, you can fall on hard times, but if you stay on hard times, then there's a condition that I am not going to stay, because I have fallen on hard times as a single person, but I did not say that. I did not stay there. So you know me, you know my story. I was down and I got up.
Right.
So anybody that I'm with, I expect the same out of you. Now, if you could be down for a while, but we're not going to stay. If you choose to stay down, that is a condition that I do not want to deal with in the relationship. No.
Right. No, that's fair. So let me ask you that. That's truly fair. So what would you think? I mean, you're not a man, but just what would you think? Just what would you think a condition a man wouldn't stay around for?
I'm say that again.
What condition do you think a man would not stay around for?
I don't know. I don't know. You can share that better than me. I know men that I don't know very many men that leave their relationship. I know a lot of men that disrespect their relationship.
That's my thing. A lot of men don't. More women leave than men
because we will not be disrespected.
No, but what I'm saying is this man has suffered the same disrespect.
So what he does is he cheats. He don't leave because he's probably lazy. I mean, I don't think that because he stays, that means he's good. You're running around with other women. You're talking crazy. You're not being emotionally available. Just because your presence is there does not mean that you're.
I feel you. But just like we talked, I sent you something on Martha Stewart. And they brought up the fact that Martha Stewart's husband cheated on her, right? This is in the on Netflix. Go check it out if you haven't.
It's a great show.
When the interviewer asked her, well, didn't you cheat? And she was like,
I saw that.
That was in college and that wasn't about anything. Now, she swept her rug, her situation up under the rug, and hers was nothing. But his couldn't be nothing?
That was what Martha was wild. Martha was wild for that.
Saw that, I was like, I mean, I get it, but when we use that, it's not good enough. Like, it can happen. Now,
you got a point with that. Martha was wild. Martha was wild. Martha did not take accountability for nothing. She didn't.
She was like, oh, that wasn't about nothing.
She cheated first.
Right.
She cheated first. She did. She cheated first. I'm sorry, y'all. I just got a post that my baby girl's in the magazine, so I'm excited. Thank you so much. Little 5 Points Daily News. Thank you so much for featuring my baby girl.
There you go.
That made me extremely happy to see my daughter. But yeah, Martha was wild. And I do think that a lot of times women will excuse their cheating because they feel like they have a reason.
And women co-sign every girl. If you ain't, you got to make
We
this.
didn't co-sign Martha. Martha was wild. Ain't nobody co-sign Martha. I did catch that though. The interviewer was perplexed. Like, but didn't you do this?
Yeah, Martha forgot. She done forgot about what she.
Martha forgot that you just. And the crazy thing about it, when she talked about the relationship, the affair, she she talked about it like it was a beautiful escape that she needed. Like she was like that, like she was entitled to it. She did. Martha was wild. And she was still pissed when her husband left her. Martha, that's a bad example. We don't, as a member of the Black Women Collective, we do not stand behind Martha's foolishness. We don't have anything to do with that. But I think that unconditional love is something that is out there. But I think that you have to be, first of all, you have to give it to yourself. And a lot of times men do not appreciate themselves unless they have a certain amount of money. I remember, I'll put you out on the out on blast but that's what we do. We put each other out on blast. But I remember when you were not where you wanted to be, and you told me that you were just dealing with girls that were not what you were.
Easy. Take your time.
You told me you were looking for nickels instead of dimes.
I don't think I said that.
You said sevens.
Maybe something like that. Yeah.
You said sevens. We were in the mall. I can still remember it. You said, that's not even somebody I would really holler at. I'll take a 7 now because I'm not on my game.
I'll take a strong 7 right now. A strong 7.
Well, see, now you done came back to the 7. Before you were settling for the 7.
7 wasn't a strong one.
Now before you were settling, now you're choosing a 7.
Yeah, strong 7.
What does that even mean? Never mind. I just said that. What does that even mean? I hate when men do that. Like that. What does that even mean?
Because a 7 is like, well, the strong is like with makeup or without makeup, she still look just as fine. Strong's a regular 7, she all right, but she look good with makeup on. But a strong 7, so without makeup, she look. Anyway, you don't worry about it. It's not. It don't concern you.
Oh, it concerns me because y'all are men are. We love y'all. We love
hate numbers. That's what it is.
Because you guys do that. I mean, I've been around men and they rate women. Meanwhile, he is looking like a -2.
My thing is, this is when I say stuff about women, you say, Mo, get out of ladies' business. Get out of men's business. That's our numbers. It don't concern you.
It concerns me because I'm a woman and there's people out there that are giving me numbers and I don't. And I'm just saying,
you shouldn't care about the numbers. You are married.
I've only been married for a short period of time, as you guys know. And before I was out there in these streets battling these numbers.
We talking about now, man. Now.
Yeah, well, thank God that God had mercy on my soul. But I'm just saying the crazy thing is the men that be giving people the numbers don't be really having high numbers themselves, though. That's what's so weird about it.
As for me, I think I'm a strong 7. Shit.
Well, I'm just saying some of the men that I've seen giving numbers, I'll be like, sir, your shoulders are not strong enough to lift anybody.
Hey, I just followed the 600-pound thing on Instagram. The people.
Why did you send me that? Because she said, "Ooh, these pancakes are fluffy," and I died. When I tell you, it's just a fluffy. She said, "Ooh, they fluffy." I said, "Mo, had me down a rabbit hole."
That's one of my favorite pastimes. The making and eating breakfast. I enjoy it. Just watching it. I just like to watch.
You guys, Mo says that people of a certain size are always happy when they make breakfast.
They've been asleep for the last 8 hours. Cool. Why wouldn't they be happy?
I hate you. 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 Not they breaking the fast. They breaking the fast. Stop it.
They've been asleep for 8 hours. It's feeding time.
Not feeding time.
Anyway.
Mo, so let's just say Caesar obviously did not want to talk to us tonight. He got off. He was like, forget this. Gun Boss says, I will tell you what, Gun Boss loves breakfast. Oh my God. He is a breakfast person, and he doesn't, because he's from South Carolina, he does not say breakfast. He kind of lets it all run together. And so when we first started dating, but Caesar, I inboxed you on Facebook the link and you did not get on. I sent it to you on Facebook, unless that's not your Facebook. I sent you the link. I DM'd it to you on Facebook. Yeah, he says breakfast. Indeed. So we were dating during COVID, and I didn't have anything to do. So I would get up in the morning. I'm sure Mo's going to have a joke. I would get up in the morning, and I just, when you're in love, I still love cooking for him because he gets so excited, but to eat my food. But I would cook him, bacon, grits, eggs, pancake. I would make a big breakfast. But I was only doing that on a regular basis because of COVID. So then when COVID was over, I went back to my regularly scheduled program, and he would be like, where's breakfast? I'm like,
he even started.
Well, I didn't have nothing else to do.
Damn it, man.
Like, even now, he'll be like, what are we having for breakfast? I don't know, sir. Get you a shake. I don't know. Get you a smoothie.
You been making all these breakfasts?
I did. But I'm telling you, he was eating. Adrian, this is probably, and he knows, I'm not going to say it. Both of us catfished each other, because I was cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I was not running game. I was excited and I was in love, and I had nothing to do. Now I want to buy him some Ensure. Sir, pick up a protein shake and be on your way. He wants a full breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I had to tell him, I had to look him in the pupil and be like, look, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to keep on doing this. I'm not doing it. Exactly. Have yourself a bowl of cereal. But he acts like he acts like cereal is against him. Like, I can have a bowl of cereal and be good. Adrian wants a full spread. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. On the weekends, I'll make breakfast, but I was doing it every day, all day. And then I had been said, this man is crazy. He thinks I'm going to do this after COVID. No. That may be how I got a husband, y'all. Maybe why he married me. I don't know.
Damn it, man.
But I'm just saying, nobody can do that.
There's some people that do it.
Every day.
Every day.
What do they do during okay, if you have to leave the house to go to work, you cannot do that every day. Maybe a smaller breakfast. Nira, come on. Were you making breakfast every morning? A full breakfast? I was making breakfast with, it was eggs, cheese, grits. It was too much. I should never have done it.
I'm not a big breakfast person, so I'm not really tripping.
Adrian is a big breakfast, lunch, and dinner person.
Hey, that's your husband.
I did not bait and switch. I just basically, I did what they wake up early. Gun Boss, it's not happening. It's not happening. Now I'm gonna give you 3 days out of 7. I'm not doing that every day. I'm not waking up early with.
Hold on. Are you going on the record saying you make breakfast? That's what you're gonna do, or that's what you do? That's what it is. 3 days.
I do about 3 out of 7.
Okay.
That's enough. He wants it every day. Yeah. And Gun Boss is the type of person that if you do it every day, he will not be like, oh, wow, thank you. He just wants it to continue. Like, some guys would be like, you know what? She's done it. But this man is a bag with holes. If you do it, no matter how much you do, he still wants more. He still wants more. not doing that. Then he said for me to get up early and do it. Y'all see this? I'm not. Gun Boss wanted a domestic stay-at-home wife.
Yes.
He does not want, and he did tell me that that's what he was trying to trick me too. So that I wasn't the only one doing some. He was tricking. I wasn't even trying to trick on purpose. It was just COVID. To which Mo said the only reason you got a husband was because the world shut down.
That slowed you down. You had to slow down.
I did, because trust me, if COVID hadn't came, I would not have been cooking on breakfasts. Boy, please. I got stuff to do. You better order some First Watch and keep it moving. Anyway, how did we get here?
I don't know.
How did we get here?
No.
How did we get? Caesar never came. See, I told you I inboxed you and you did not come, sir. Breakfast is not unconditional love, Gun Boss. Jeez Louise.
But something about a woman cooking for you, especially and like bringing you to plate, you just feel like a king of sorts, and it's like y'all underrate that experience. The man knows. It feels.
I do say this. If a woman loves a man, Caesar, I'm gonna send this to your phone, and I'm saying if you don't get on, then we gonna have beef. We're gonna have beef because he said he would get. Oh well, I can't send it to you like that. But
it feels good.
I do notice that I like cooking for him on occasion. I'm not doing it every day, but I do like cooking for him because it makes me happy because he just is so happy with the food. He's so happy to get food.
I'm not.
It's so weird. Yeah, we cook, but it's not grits. I was doing all that, you guys. I was really in here like a slave, like a
hey.
Like I had just gotten off the transatlantic.
I had an ex. I used to come home from work. I used to work late nights, and my food would be in the microwave. Big plate. I take a shower, come out, eat my food, watch TV. She sleep. That felt like see a plate there, and then she had one for lunch. So she made two. She had the one for lunch in the refrigerator, had the other one in the microwave to eat. Man, let me tell you something.
And how did you run off this lady?
I got rid of her because of her something else. That's something.
I'm just saying, like, did you have grace for her because she had made you all this food?
Yeah, even when we broke up and she had to stay because it's a whole other story. She still cooked. I respect her.
She's a good woman, and you should have kept her.
No, she was all right. But the cooking was great. But and she wasn't.
How dare y'all? Y'all are wild. How dare y'all? The cooking was good, but you needed something else. See what?
I'm supposed to just stay. That's the only thing. She was a sweet person. She just wasn't for me. God bless her. We still cool. But nah. You think that ain't gonna keep me? I just like it while I'm there.
But then why is she doing it? She was doing it to keep you.
She was doing it because she had to eat too.
No. Let me tell you something. If I was not married, I would not have any groceries at all.
Christal, I know before Christal eat like a bird. Don't ever. Let me tell you something. Christal would eat a box of cereal and she'd pick it up like this and put it. This is breakfast. This is dinner for Christal. Christal eats like it. I'm like, man.
I've never had any groceries before.
Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. And I remember I was dating this one guy and I hadn't cooked because I'm not cooking for you unless I really like you. I ain't know yet. And he was like, where's the food? Where's the love? And I look like, Negro, I don't like you like that. No. Now, Adrian, I was in there just, you remember those Swedish cooks on the Muppets?
Right.
No, I'm not doing that. Sir, I'm having a sandwich and going on about my way.
But
I work a lot, please.
But see, that's the difference. Like, I can understand, but definitely a wife now. It's just like the women out there now, you eat them, and the first thing they want to go out the country. I'm like, well, if I get married and get a wife, where am I supposed to take her to outer space? If I just take random women just out the country, like you got to be a special. You're not special. You see what I'm saying? Like when it's like nothing is safe. Men do not have boundaries, unfortunately, and we should. Because women will tell you real quick, I cook like that for my husband.
No, he wasn't my husband. I liked him.
No, you wouldn't have cooked all, but no, y'all were on your way at that point.
No, I cooked for him I cooked for him when I really liked him.
No, but you were wife material.
Okay, but I did cook for him before we were engaged.
Did you think he was husband material? You cooked for him one time?
No, I cooked a few times.
Okay. Did you think
it was COVID?
Did you think he was husband material then?
I did.
And there we
I
have.
wouldn't have been dating him that much if I didn't think he was husband
material. To think you not husband material, the average one, and still want you to take him out the country, stamping passports, and you like, that's I'm saying.
See, women. This is the thing. Wait a minute. Let's specify. I know a lot of women, and self included. I've gone out the country with several people.
Hey, listen,
I might not have thought they were husband material, but again, I'm not a dream killer. No, if you want to take me somewhere and I want to go, I'm gonna go. That doesn't mean I think you're husband material.
Christal, you
wanted to go. I'm not a dream killer. I want to go too. But that doesn't mean that I think you're a husband material. No.
Fellas, you ever notice they always agree on the stuff that benefits them?
And vice versa. Guess what? If you invite a man over and just, I had a girlfriend that just was into doing all types of ridiculous intimacy without boundaries. Let's say that. No man was turning that down. You all never turned down intimacy?
Not until later in life I did. I started. But see, I turned down intimacy that all of a sudden they want to spread rumors or insinuate stuff. This is the wrong town to be turning down stuff.
Exactly, Nero. You don't have to be. In fact, 9 times out of 10, if a man offers to take me on a trip, I don't even care if he's of material or not. Do I want to go and do I have the time?
I wish I would take a chick that ain't wife material out the. Like I said, what I'm going, I'm cool.
Well, you could be wife material. I might have been wife material. I wasn't his wife.
Yeah,
but he wanted to go and I wanted to go. What?
I'm just saying, brothers, get boundaries so you can do something special when it is your wife. If you start giving all these women all that, when it comes to your wife, they all gonna say, "Well, I got the same thing, and I ain't have to marry."
Nah, it's different when it's It's different. It's different.
You develop boundaries, man. Trust me. Have something, save something for your wife.
How are you going to get to be somebody's husband if you never do stuff for them? How? How could you possibly get to be my husband if you don't do stuff for me?
We didn't say that. I just said save some for your wife. Stop giving all these experience to these random women, and then when your wife comes and you wind up doing the same things, they're gonna have something on your wife. You need a separation.
I don't agree.
Women have boundaries, so men, we need to develop them as well. Women do. They'll tell you in a minute. I'll do that for my husband. I'll do that if we were engaged. Dudes do everything. Eat women's behinds and all this wild stuff.
Grocery. I mean, they're doing that for themselves.
No, what they're doing is to try to eat your wife's butt. Don't do that. I'm just saying, man, we gotta have boundaries. Save something for your wife, man. Whatever it is.
I say go hard or go home.
The beneficiary never complains.
And vice versa. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups. There are a lot of women doing everything for idiots, for foolishness and folly. There are so many. I asked this one woman because she posted, and I'm not gonna read it because they get real personal in there. But she posted that she was with a guy, and she found out he was cheating on her, and he didn't have a job or a car. And I was like, how in the world did you end up in an intimate relationship with a man without a job or a car? And she said, well, he had it at first.
I met women and I didn't have it at first.
That's my point. So you just contradicted yourself. Women do stuff for men that have nothing.
That's hard not having boundaries. We gotta have boundaries.
People need to figure out what their boundaries are. But if you don't do something for a woman, you're not going to get a wife.
No, we didn't say do something for them. We didn't say we're not doing something. I said save something different for the woman that's wife. So it could be a separation, not having these women have something on your wife. Give your wife an experience you didn't give all these other women that you didn't put a ring on. That's all I'm saying. I'm not.
I mean, because I will say, as a wife, you do want to have something that the man has not experienced before.
I do stuff for women, but I'm going to have a boundary. And now, if you have boundaries, you sassy, you this, that. It's like, come on, man. Y'all just
you don't have to talk about it. Just don't do it. But anytime a man is saying, "Well, I'm not doing that for you because you're not," that's sassy. That's the sassiness.
I guess I gotta be sassy. Anytime a woman throws in my face with another dude, well, I'm like, well, you need to go get him.
But why you just don't? I mean, that's one thing. But saying I'm not gonna do this for you because I do, that's all a whole bunch of
say, are we going to do this or can we do that? And you say no, and they say why? You give them the answer, man. Listen, man, don't let these women play these games with y'all, man. That's 2025. I'm not having nothing. You could walk. I don't care. I'm not accepting no BS moving forward. Nothing out the door. They come with anything, fly, anything sick. I really don't care. And I'm gonna show my ass this year if they show theirs. I promise you. And
I rebuke that. We don't need that, Mo.
No, but what I'm saying is, stop letting, because I'm seeing it's almost like bully tactics now. And they let gas them up, and you got to check them. And you got to be dead.
You don't need to check them. How come you just can't not just remove yourself from the equation?
Listen, try me if you want. Watch what happens. I'm going to ignore the first one. After that, it's up. Hey, man, leave me alone. But trust me, dude, do not let these women bully you, or people bully you into thinking if somebody else did something for me, you should too. You be like, go back and get them then. If that's not what time you want, don't feel pressured into do it. Do you? If that ain't good enough for them, let them go. That's it.
Well, if you saying that, I'm telling the women, we're not taking nothing either. I stopped it. And when I stopped taking and settling for anything, I got the most amazing. And now I'm like, imagine if I had settled. Oh, imagine if I had settled for something. Then imagine how, what if I had settled for 1 inch less? No, I remember the dating coach told me, she was like, well, because I said this to a dating coach. I said, I would rather them be 6'3" and up. And she was like, well, how tall are you? I said 5'2". And she was like, well, why do you need all those extra inches? I was like, I don't know. I just like them. And look at that. Look at God. Ask me how tall Adrian is. Ask me.
I'm not going to ask you that.
I'll wait. Somebody ask me in the chat. Ask me in the chat. Come on. Please, somebody ask me, because that lady had me messed up. She told me that I didn't need the extra inches, and God was holding on to a 6'3" provider who looks good, is fun, rides horses. See, don't settle, ladies. That man that was asking me to cook for, I don't want to cook for you. Now I'm in here like a Swedish chef because I'm happy. 6'3".
I'm with you. Nobody settled. I'm with you.
And guess what? Anyway, just know it's good. I don't want people hitting up my man in his DM.
Uh-huh.
I will fight over my Negro. Trust that. I will beat y'all behind over my man. No, I don't have to do that, because as Jacqueline Jordan told me, if you can get him, you can have him. Y'all stay out of his DM. Stay out of his DM. But yes, we don't settle. We don't settle. No settlers. So yeah, we don't take. Imagine me taking some mess off of a man who is not a provider. Please. Imagine me taking some mess off of a man who is not taller than it's not 6'3". Shoulders that I can hang on. Anyway, all right. Enough. You guys make sure you tune in. Nira, I know that's right, and I already know. But you know what, Nira, you ain't settled like some of these chicks be settling. They be on some other stuff. They be on some other stuff. Peace is everything, and alone is not bad.
Woo.
Alone is not bad. I would rather be alone all day, every day, than with somebody who I rolled over and looked at and was just like, "Why are you here?"
Alone and lonely. Alone and lonely is two different things.
That's true. Alone or annoyed are two different things.
So don't think of somebody alone that they lonely.
That's true. Well, most of the time, men are not.
Most of the time, women are not.
How long have you gone without enjoying the intimate company of a woman?
I don't know. I used to know that answer, but I just saw, before you sent it to me, I just saw it maybe a couple hours before, that Redman interview.
I meant to talk about that tonight. And I want to say, isn't Redman looking amazing? He said that he's celibate and he also stopped drinking and smoking. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, he looks so much younger than he looked in his heyday. He looks his skin is clear, it's unlined.
So
wonderful.
And just to see that brother's transformation, I get it. And right now, I thought about, I was like, damn, I wonder if I tried. I forgot how long I tried before.
I don't think it was long.
I don't know, but I know when
you and that one lady with that you guys continue to see one another. The dalliances continue to happen.
But I noticed that when I did get back with somebody after that period, I felt awkward.
Really?
Like, yeah, I felt like because even they said, they was like, you seem nervous. I was like scared. Like I was. You
thought you lost your mojo?
If at that point, yeah, I had to get back into it and see a couple more people to get it back. But in the beginning, I did feel a little nervous. Yeah, I did.
But maybe a little nervous is good.
No, definitely now it's hell yeah, it's good.
Yeah, nervous is good. If it's just like, here we go again. Like you want something that's intentional.
And then I saved my money. That's another thing. I don't know, just FYI, I'm working on a project. C Boogie's a part of it. Christal is going to be in and out of it. I can't get into too many details right now, but I saved my money on my dating and I put it into that, and a lot of things have happened. I'm looking at it right now. Y'all can't see, but we're going to get to that in a minute.
We'll talk a little bit more about it Friday, y'all. My husband done told me it's time for me to go to bed. Their heads in bed. So let me get myself up and go down to my fine husband. And just let this be a lesson to you. Do not settle. Do not settle. It's greater later. Do not settle. I don't know what happened. My internet went out, but do not settle. We love you guys for watching. We will be back. How did it stop? We'll be back on Friday. And, yes, Friday. And actually, I will be back tomorrow. And then Mo and I will be back Friday at 10. And yes, heads in beds. We love you guys for watching. See you tomorrow.
Peace.